it is mainly due to the stability that this slenderness ratio, that is the spring length divided by the mean coil diameter, that is L by D. If that L by D ratio is more, or if the free length, if you have more free length, when the force is applied, there is a chance for buckling. So that stability issue. So you can, if you have this squared or closed, squared and ground, if you put this on a flat surface, it will remain like that. So if you apply force, then also it will not move sideways, provided that it should not be slender enough, or the L by ratio, it should be within that limit. If this L by D ratio is more, and if you are applying force, then it will deflect, and to prevent that, you can put a tube, you can put a rod inside, or you can put the spring in the tube. But the case of this squared and ground end, there is no need for putting this in a tube or a rod. But the cost wise, this is costly because we have to ground it, or we have to grind it for getting this. That is why it is the name gives ground. So that was the first question. And the first one is the plane, means you know that it is not stable, and it can withstand only very low value of stress. The other thing that we discussed up to the compression spring, that is subjected to this fluctuating stress. The other doubt was why in the leaf spring the length of the spring is different. So most of you have noticed the leaf springs that is in the vehicles. The major stresses are tensile and compressive. It is composed of flat plates of varying length. It can act as a structural member as well as energy absorbing device. Along a definite path designed to absorb road shocks, to carry lateral loads, braking and driving torque. So that you can just note down that it is designed to absorb road shocks, to carry lateral loads, braking and driving torque. May have the form of a cantilever beam or a simply supported beam. This point is also you can note down. You can have the shape of a cantilever beam or a simply supported beam. So in the data book, different figures have been given. This is one of the representation, that is multi-leaf spring may be either a simple cantilever type or semi-elliptic leaf spring. We have force, deflection, and stress. We can two options. One is the beam of constant strength and the uniform thickness. So that we will discuss in detail. What do you mean by the beam of constant strength? And if you want to have this constant strength, the profile should be of a triangular profile. So this you can see, it is a cantilever beam. This is the simply supported beam. Or you can say that the simply supported beam, that it is two cantilever beams. If you combine two cantilevers, you will get the simply supported. So the analysis part, either you can select this cantilever type or simply supported beam, but generally we are considering this elliptic, that is this simply supported beam. So there is some mistakes in the design data book that also you can note down regarding the page, that the figure that is given. You just note down the page 182. Figure 11.12b that is given in the data book. Approximately, it may look like this. In that figure, the load is being given as 2F. If it is 2F here, then it is F and F. But in the equation, that can create a problem. So you just draw this. It is F only. So here it will be F by 2 and F by 2. I'll repeat once again. The load is F only. Only then we can apply that equation that is given in the data book. You note down the change. F only. This is F by 2 and this is F by 2. The total span length is, that is okay. That is L plus L. That is given 2L. L plus L, that is okay. So instead of that 2F given in the data book, the figure 11.12, you can consider the 2F is maybe should be replaced by F and F by 2, F by 2. So you have the construction is you have a master leaf. The topmost topmost leaf, it is called the master leaf. And below that you will have different graduated leaves. Then one or two full length leaves to transverse, to take care of transverse. So this is there are two groups. First, you just note down that, because since the slide is there, master leaf plus graduated leaves. That is one group. Master leaf means the top leaf, and it has eye at both sides. Then graduated leaves. Then one or two extra full length leaves. The graduated leaves, leaves are triangular plate. That is the shape. Extra full length leaves are rectangular plate. So why it is a triangular and why it is a rectangular, that is that we can discuss. Extra full length leaves, where these extra full length leaves are stacked between master leaf and graduated leaves. So you have master leaf on the top, then one or two extra full length leaves, then comes the graduated leaves. We are providing this extra full length leaf to support the transverse shear force. So this is, you can see it is of uniform width. Here it is, what is that? Variable width. So why it is uniform? You can save the material. That is one aspect. You know that when the force, here it is the force, length, the bending moment increases. As the bending moment increases, the stress also increases. It will be maximum at the support. So if you are using, that is, there is no requirement for, because here the stress is less. But if you are providing a triangular shape, the stress will remain same throughout, uniform stress. You can keep the stress same. But in the case of this, the stress will not be same, but we are using lot of material. And particularly this is being used, that is you know that there is no thickness or nourish at the edge. So in order to support the transverse shear force, we are adding one or two extra full length leaves. The same figure, but this is the figure you already I told, either cantilever or simply supported. So here also you can see it is of uniform width, and this shape you can see this it is of triangular shape. So here the load and the stress, you know that the stress is maximum at this point. So maximum material is provided. As we move towards left or right, triangular shape, from the equation that you know that the stress will remain same. So beam of 1 minute, people are joining. സാറേ പിന്നെ ഇങ്ങനെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ് ഇത് സൗണ്ട് പോയി. ഇതോ ഇതോ. So that is the case. The analysis is very simple, and why you are you can there is no need for you can have a single plate like this, but actually it is not like that. But the shape is triangular one, so you can cut different pieces. So that is given. This figure you can see that the triangular plate is being cut into different pieces, and it is being stacked like this. So it will have since it will have a different length, but like the analysis is same, because the triangular plate that is being the central piece, you can see that that is on the top. The remaining plates are being arranged like this. Then by means of U-bolt, a central bolt, then that will be stopped. So that is a construction of this elliptical spring. Here also like that, it is a cantilever. It is a triangular. You can see that it is being cut and it is being stopped. So a triangular plate is cut into n strips of width b. It is stopped in a graduated manner. End point, that is the bending moment, is 0 because the bending stress is 0. To support shear load at the end, sufficient metal should be provided. So this is being considered shear load, 1 or 2 extra full length leaves of uniform width and thickness on top of graduated leaves, or just below the master leaf. So the longest leaf, it is the master leaf. So keeping on the load and diagram, The central load is, you just note down, the central load is F. 2L is the span, total length. And B dash, it is the width. This equation is given in the data book. That is page 182. The stress, the derivation is, that is, it is given in the test. The stress of full length leaves. But here also you can keep in mind that only one or two full length leaves is equal to 9 FL. This is based on the diagram. So that diagram is very important. Simply supported, you just consider a simply supported beam. The central load is F. Okay, central load is F. And B dash is the width of the spring plate, and H is the thickness. You have two more parameters. One is called IG and IF. IG means number of graduated leaves. Just you note down, IG means number of graduated leaves, and IF means number of full length leaves. So I means number of leaves, suffix G for graduated leaves, suffix F for full length leaves. And this is the stress equation for graduated leaves. The suffix F, full length leaves, suffix G for graduated leaves. You can see that only the difference is, instead of 9 FL, it is 6 FL. So the stress of graduated leaves, that equation is also given in the data book. That is page 182. There is no change in that. And Y is the deflection. Y is the deflection. That is 6 FL cube divided by B dash H cube E 2 IG plus 3 IF. There is one more typing error in this. That is page 181. You can have FG, that I will give the details later. Okay. So these are the analysis part. One is the stress of full length leaves. Usually it is one or two full length leaves. Stress of graduated leaves, and the deflection. So the parameter that the force will be given, design stress will be given, the span length may be given. You can have what is the width, what is the thickness, or how many numbers of graduated leaves, or how many full length leaves. That is also, otherwise these values will be given, number of graduated leaves. Then you can have this, the length of the spring, that is, the calculation is also there. That we'll consider later. So from these two equations, what you are observing is the value, one is 9 FL, it is and other is 6 FL. The meaning is that the stress in the full length leaf is 1.5 times more than the graduated leaves. The more stress is there in the full length leaves. So that you can see that this is a theory, that is the full length leaves is 50% more than the stress in the full length leaves is 50% more than the graduate leaves. So in order to keep, that is, if you consider this diagram, that is, you can see that one is full length leaves and the other is graduated leaves. If it is of same radius of curvature, what will happen? It will touch each other. If the two leaves is of same radius of curvature, it will touch each other. But if it is of different radius of curvature, here the top is given a greater radius of curvature, and you can see that there is a gap between the full length leaves and graduated leaves. So clear? Same radius of curvature means it will touch each other. If it is of different radius of curvature, particularly in this case, it is being given the top, it is being given a greater radius of curvature than the bottom one, graduated one. So it will leave a gap before assembly. And that gap, it is, so in order to stress, if you want to have same stress, already that we have seen that when the force is applied, the stress in the full length leaves is more than the stress in the graduated leaves. But we want to have same stress. For that, we will give, in order to stress all the leaves to the same extent, the full length leaves are given a radius of curvature than that of graduated leaves before the leaves are assembled. That is also very important, before the leaves are assembled. So this will leave a gap between the leaves, and that gap is being shown. Then during assembly, what will happen is you are inserting bolt and you are pre-stressing the leaves. So the upper, so pre-stressing means the upper leaf will bend back and will have an initial stress opposite to that produced by normal service load. So while tightening with the bolt, the leaves will be stressed, but the upper leaf will stress, it will bend back, and the direction of stress will be opposite to that produced by normal service loading. And the normal leaf will have an initial stress of the same nature. The upper leaf will have the stress of different nature, opposite in nature, while tightening, and the lower leaf will have an initial stress of the same nature. So the initial gap between the leaves can be adjusted so that under the maximum load condition, the stress in all the leaves is the same. So once after the assembly, when the load is applied, what will happen? The stresses already in the full length leaves will be relieved first, because that is being stressed into the opposite direction. So that stress should be relieved. So it should be relieved first. And then, then under maximum load condition, the stress in all the leaves will remain same. I will explain once again. The normal condition, this sigma, when the external load is applied, the stress in the full length leaf is more than stress in the graduated leaves. We want to keep all the stress same under a maximal load condition. So we are providing a greater radius of curvature for the full length leaves than the graduated leaves. This greater radius of curvature means a gap will be formed, and that is called a nipping, the gap nip. For during assembly, we are tightening with the bolt. Both the leaves will be stressed. The top leaf will stress in the opposite direction, and the bottom leaf will be stressed in the same direction. So you are pre-stressing this before applying the external load, pre-stressing, and when it is being loaded maximum, the stress in all the leaves will remain same. So this is that theory behind for getting. So if you want to this stress, that is sigma F is equal to sigma G, that is equal to 3FL by I B dash So this equation also you can just note down. Same stress, sigma F is equal to sigma G is equal to 3FL by I B dash H square. So I is the total number of leaves, B dash is the width, and H is the thickness. This is the bolt load that is also given in the data book. Bolt load FB, that is the initial bolt load. That equation is being given again in 182.
and the initial gap is 182. The equation, there is some spelling mistake, that typing error is there. The initial gap between the full length and graduated leaves, the data book, it is, you can correct that equation. It is FL cube divided by I B dash H cube E. In the data book, it is that B dash is missing. This B dash is missing. So this is the initial gap. You have to include the B dash also in the data book, that is missing. And remaining all, this IG means number of graduated leaves, IF means number of full length leaves, the folds, and suffix G is for graduated, suffix F for full length leaves. The stress remains same. If you are if it is not same stress, then you can use the earlier this equation 9FL like this. So I think the portions are clear. And before winding up or going to the numericals, some examples. It's one more type of spring that it is called a concentric or composite spring. You can have one spring inside the other. It is of same length or it is of different length, and it is called a concentric spring. To obtain greater spring force within a given space, the space is limited. We want more force to be supported, then we'll go with the concentric spring. And this is particularly in many applications. If the operation mechanism will have to run in the event of failure of one of the spring. So it will guarantee that if one of the spring fail, then also it will operate. The mechanism will operate. So particularly this the aircrafts, and that you know that if one component is being lost, then the mechanism has to operate. Under those conditions, this type of spring can be used. The procedure is same. It is a circular of cross section. You can have different wire diameter, same diameter. So many options are there. You have inside diameter, outside diameter, the length, free length. It is of same free length or different free length. Different means the top one. If you consider that this is shorter, then when the force is applied, the outer will reflect first or deflect first. If this is longer, that is, then the inside. That depends upon under what circumstances that we are using. And there is one more this thing, that is a rectangular cross section. Usually it is rectangular. That is the basic equation that gives that the energy resilience will be more. But you know that the manufacturing difficulty is there. It is not so strong compared to circular one. It can become trapezoidal when the coil is being formed. When the space is severely limited, rather than going for this, use of a concentric spring should be considered. So this is all about the theory that we have to consider. So particularly now we are concentrating on this compression helical spring. All the equations have been there in the data book. The page number is also in the PDF. Already I think I have typed the equation 11.5, but I know that many of your data book is in the hostel. That is an issue. I will try to do some other mechanism. The PDF of the data book is, I think it is not available. But the topic or equations that I will discuss with the authorities, how it can be solved. Okay, so don't worry about this. So in the case of spring, this is the otherwise you just go this equations are very simple. Some equations are very simple, easy to by heart. What is the wire diameter? What is the mean coil diameter? This parameter is very important. Spring index. It is mean coil diameter. It is a ratio of diameter. Okay, so it is mean coil diameter by diameter, and this is the load on the spring that F. What is Y stands for deflection. I is equal to number of active turns. You can have in the case of plain spring, all the coils are active, but in the case of square and ground end, all the coils are not active. So I dash is total number of turns, that is active plus non-active one or two non-active, that is the top, that will not be active. So that extra number of turns, that depending upon end conditions. So you can assume it is square and ground, and always you can keep this can for our purpose you can keep square and ground, and so that n is 2. So what is the maximum stress? This stress is the design stress. If the value is not given, you can note down the value, that is 0.3 to 0.5 ultimate tensile strength. If the material is specified, the value of ultimate tensile strength is available in the data. You can go for a 0.3 to 0.5 ultimate tensile strength. This is the Wahl's stress factor. Again, this letter C is there. C is the spring index. 3 is the spring index, and the value is between, usually it is 4 to 12. You can take 6, 8. If it is not given, you can assume something. Modulus of rigidity, that is the steel, particularly steel, the value is 80 gigapascal. That is also there. Modulus of rigidity. Pitch, that is in mm. So the design procedure, you just to see these equations. Shear stress 8fd by pi d cube. You can see this equation. This d by small d is c, so it is possible to write in this form also. C is equal to d by d. K is nothing but 4c minus 1 by that, the Wahl's stress factor. So sometimes it will not be given, then you can assume some value, or some if you are assuming, then we'll have to you have to check the stress after finding out the diameter. So the important parameter is, what is the diameter? What is this diameter of the wire? Or what is the mean coil diameter? Or what is the index? So these are the things. The force, usually the force will be given, and the stress will be known. You can have one more equation that also that we'll consider. There is another equation, K. The K is related to this equation. You can note down this K is equal to 2 into, this is also there in the data, d by small d raised to 0.25. So this equation is also there. And after calculating this, getting this, you can standardize the wire diameter. Table is there, 11.2. Then you can have a mean coil diameter, inside diameter, outside diameter. Here, the stress equation, the force should be maximum. What is the maximum force? That you have to consider, maximum force. In the deflection equation, that you can see that F capital D, modulus of rigidity small d, this I stands for number of turns. Number of turns. So if you want to calculate the number of turns, you have to get the deflection equation. Only the thing is, deflection corresponds to the force. It is not the maximum force or maximum. Sometimes it will be maximum force and maximum deflection. Sometimes deflection corresponds to force, or we can say delta y, delta f. What force is? The deflection corresponds to a particular load. So active number of turns can be given. Then the total number of turns, already I mentioned I plus n. N is 2.
യെസ് അല്ല PPT അല്ല, ഇപ്പം മറ്റേ ഇതാണ് PDF ആണ്. PPT കഴിഞ്ഞു, PDF വന്നില്ല. ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്, അല്ല ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്, സോറി, ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്. ബാസി ഒന്ന് വരും ഇങ്ങോട്ട്. വിസിബിൾ അല്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ്. എവിടെ നിന്ന് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തത്? ക്രോമിന്നല്ലേ? സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ഷെയറിംഗ് അടിച്ച് ക്രോം ടാബിങ്
വേണ്ടെന്ന് ആണോ?
ക്രോം ടാബിങ് ക്രോമിലല്ലേ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്ത് എന്നിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്ന് ഏതാണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ
അത് മെനക്കെടാന്ന്.
അതാണ് എടുക്കുന്നത്. അതെടുത്താൽ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്ത് അല്ല, അതിനകത്ത് ഏതാണ് ഈ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചാൽ ക്രോമിലല്ലേ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത്? ഇവിടെ ഏതാണ്? ഇതാണ്.
പേരൊന്നും കൊടുത്തിട്ടില്ല.
അങ്ങനെയല്ല, ഈ സാധനത്തിലല്ലേ, ഇതിനകത്തല്ലേ? ഇതാണ്.
അല്ല, ഇതിപ്പോ എങ്ങനെയാ കൊടുക്കുന്നത്?
പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യണ ഏതാണെന്ന് പറയാം. പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇതാണ്.
അത് പോയല്ലോ. ജോയിൻ കൊടുക്കണം. മറ്റേത് മതിയായിരുന്നു.
പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യണ സാധനം ഏതാണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. ഇതാണ് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ അത് ക്രോമിലുണ്ടല്ലോ, അതിന്റെ പേരുന്ന സ്പ്രിംഗ് MRR PDF. അപ്പൊ അത് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യും. ഇനിയിപ്പോ കാണണമെന്ന്
Can you visualize? Hello? അല്ല PPT അല്ല, PDF. 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 PPT അല്ല.
No, sir, it's not visible.
ജോയിൻ കൊടുക്കാം. ഫോട്ടോ കയറും.
ഹലോ? ഓക്കെ. So already
ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് സൗണ്ട്.
already so this is the equation that
already that we discussed. Stress. Then the deflection equation that is also given. Then solid length of spring. Solid length is has to be expressed like a solid. So this is the equation for the square and graph length. And the free length, that is no force is acting on. It is the length of the spring. It is being related to solid length plus the maximum deflection plus the allowance, clash allowance. So this allowance is being considered 15% of maximum deflection. So that is also there, is given. So it is a design practice use squared and graph length for which it is equal to. And pitch is being all. Yes. Yes. The clash allowance is a gap that is given for the consecutive coils. If the allowance of say 1 mm or 2 mm, gap is being provided, and it is the total approximately it is being calculated as 0.15 of the maximum deflection. If you are not providing that, then the coils will touch each other, and the wear can take place. Life of the thing will be reduced. So very slight. It's not like that 1 mm or 2 mm that is being given. So the free length you can calculate. From that, the pitch can be calculated. That is I dash. I dash is the total number of coils. I dash max. The pitch can be calculated. Stiffness, force per unit deflection. That is also a parameter. Then the length of the spring. So point is the maximum spring force and the corresponding deflection. That you have to keep in mind for designing based on strength, maximum what is the maximum spring force, and the corresponding deflection. That is also very important. Corresponding deflection, and design stress already I mentioned is 30% or 50%, 0.3 or 0.5 sigma u ultimate tensile strength. The value is 8 to 5 for the index, but it should not be less than 4 and more than 14, 1 4. So we'll do one. I will try to discuss 1 or 2 problems, and this is the wagon that is moving with a velocity, and it is brought to rest by springs. Maximum deflection is given. Allowable stress is given. Design. So in the case of rail wagon, you can see the number of springs is 2 that is being given. A mass that is moving with a velocity. So kinetic energy is being there. And that kinetic energy, you can calculate mass by that standard equation. That is being absorbed by the spring. The spring energy, that is the strain energy, general equation is, it is a triangular force. If you consider force versus deflection, the area of the triangle, that is F into Y by 2. It is the area of the triangle. That is the strain energy is stored by the spring. and n is the number of spring. If the value is being mentioned 2 in this case, so you can calculate what is the force. So force is now available, and we have the equation for this stress and force. The diameter is given, capital D is given. It is not the wire diameter of the wire; it is the mean coil diameter. So in this equation, you can neglect K, you can find out approximately the wire diameter. That is one method. Second method is you can have K. I think the second method is good. This is the standard equation that is given in the data book. The diameter D, this is given. F already that calculated. Design stress is known. So you will get the value of K in terms of what D, that is the wire diameter Q. And one more equation, that is why I already mentioned, is K is being related to this 1 by C, that is D by D, approximately this raised to 0.252. So from these two equations, because this capital D is given, from these two equations, you will be able to get the value of the diameter of the wire. Then you can refer the chart for a standard value of wire diameter. So suppose that this is a standard equation, okay, 8 mdk by pi dt. Suppose that this D is not given. So that is a problem. I mean, coil diameter is not given, small d is not there, all K is there, K is not known. Under those situations, you can have spring index. You can assume some value of index. That is this D by dq. That you can have C by D square. D is the spring index. That I will show in another problem. So once the diameter is there, already it is given. You can find out what is the inside diameter, what is the outside diameter, what is the spring index, and number of coils that you can calculate. The deflection is given in the question. Modulus of rigidity, wire diameter. This equation is there in the data book. It is a straightforward one. Number of turns you will get. Square and ground, and you can add it. That is I dash. This is 16. So the full length is solid length plus deflection, maximum deflection plus. Already I mentioned 0.15 maximum. That is 24. So that is the full length. Then pitch also, this free length by I dash 1, where I dash is the total number of leads, tens. So this is one problem. You just go through the PDF for the problem and try to work it out. And if you face any issues, we can discuss later.
Sir, can you please send the PDF?
And already I mailed one month before your class rep.
Okay, sir.
It was being typed by me and some mistakes. Everything was there. Okay. How many of you have the data book with you?
Sir, I don't.
You give me statistics. Okay. This we will discuss one more problem before winding up. It is a spring. Hello. Oh, you are having a data. The table 11.2, it is not there. You can have another wire diameter, that is page 195. The wire diameter is that also the table 11.3, 2538. If it is not available, you can just round it to the even number. Because multiplication will be easy. Okay. So this is loading condition. You can see loads are there. Springy load. When the springy load, when the valve is closed. This you just underline maximum inside diameter of spring. So that is the condition that we have to keep always. Then two lengths have been given. Length of the spring 40 and length of the spring 50. So two forces, two lengths, maximum inside diameter. Then modulus of rigidity, shear stress that is being given. And you can have the standard equation for force is maximum force inside diameter, that is di, suffix I is inside diameter, that is being related to mean coil diameter as the capital D is equal to di plus wire diameter. And you can have an equation like this. So K is, it is not there. K is a function of spring index. It is not given. Only the capital D is being, it is in the form 25 plus D. So you can take a trial method. This K, you initially you take it as 1. Then you can find the value of D, 4 and 5, or to take 5. So D will be 30, 25 plus 5, index is 6. So once the index is calculated, you can calculate what is the volts stress factor. Then you can go back, including K, calculate the stress induced. So just note on the stress induced should be less than design. So suppose if the induced stress is more than the design stress, then you have to change, you have to increase the diameter, you have to change the value of D and or value of D. So it is induced stress less than design stress. So as far as the wire diameter is the strength is concerned, it is okay. And the next question is how many numbers of turns are required. For calculating number of turns, we should have this deflection and I. Number of turns. So what is the I? So there are two forces, maximum and F1 and F2. So the difference is 150, and the two length, that difference is 10. So for a deflection of 10 mm, the load will be 150. You have 10 as the deflection and F is the load. So in this equation, you have to keep in mind that the Y is the deflection and what is the force that is responsible for this deflection. Then again, routine square and grounded, solid length, free length. You can calculate the maximum deflection. What is the maximum deflection? Maximum load corresponds to the maximum load. So you will get the maximum. You can just note on the equation. This is the maximum load because by Y it's a constant. Then free length, each of forces. It's a lengthy problem. This to try to solve it. Yes. Which one? Okay. Figure 11.6A or no, figure 1.6A or 11.6A. Okay. Ah, 0.15 Y max. You can use that only, that equation that is given. Equation is also given. Okay. Don't go with the graph. This is the simplest method. You see the equation 11.18. This I plus 2D, that is the solid length. Okay. Y is the maximum deflection. A is the total flash element. So that case, either you can use the graph, sometimes you will get value. But it is better to use this 0.15 Y max. Okay. This fluctuating loads, fatigue loading, that is not, equation is directly given. So that equation you have to by heart. That is also given. This equation, 1 by n, you can remember. N is the factor of safety. Mean stress, that in the module we already discussed. Amplitude, stress amplitude. Yield stress in shear. This endurance in shear, endurance strength in shear. This tau is yield stress. So this tau A you can have K in FA D by pi d. Tau m, it is As. Here also, this is K is the Paul's stress factor that 4C minus 1 by equation. Ks, I think it is 1 plus 1 by 2C. You refer the notes. Then this also you can easily by heart. It's almost double, that is 0.1, 0.4. Entrance of less. That is, sir. So this is the problem that is given, and to try to solve. Easily you can find out the factor of safety, given the other thing is done. And this is the leaf spring, the topmost one that is called the master leaf. The span 2L I that support this central portion, central branch. This portion is ineffective. You have leaves, clips, and graduate leaves. So below this master leaf, one or two extra full length leaves and graduate leaves. And this is the triangular plate that is being cut into. This is the diagram that F central and 2L. You have to keep in mind this diagram always. H is thickness and B is the width. This is of uniform width and this is of variable. So this triangular plate is being cut and assembled. So all the equation that is given in the data book, it is being typed. I made the comment. It should be fourth edition equations. Replacement of equation is there. This is the knitting, initial gap, the force that is to close the gap, same stress, then the length.
Hello.
Whoever has the PDF uploaded in the group.
It's there in the drive.
I have uploaded it in the drive, all the notes and everything in the Google Drive.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
എടാ ലിങ്ക് ഒന്ന് ഷെയർ ആക്കടാ ആശീർവാദ്.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we stop or first you go through the topics and then the design of leaf spring is remaining.
Okay.
you try to download the PDF first. Then we will meet again for half an hour or Friday, especially to that leaf spring. The problem already I have given some problem, worked out problem. You just to try to solve it. And the doubts you can clear. You can ask, and the leaf spring problem that we will discuss on Friday. First, you go through that. Every step is being explained. Okay.
Okay.
So the comments and all the things that you can mail to me, or you can give the comments to your class representative. So the theory is almost the covered, and the clarifications or some portions, if you want more clarification, you can just contact me. No problem. Okay. So Friday again we will try 10:30 to 11 o'clock, half an hour or again. I know that continuous more than 1 hour means it will be a problem. So all the best. Don't panic. Okay. So we'll meet again on Friday for clearing all the doubts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Guys,
എടാ ഓഡിയോ പോയിട്ടില്ല അപ്പൊ പോയി പോയടാ.
സാറ് 3 അക്കൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാ
ഇല്ലടാ.
എല്ലാം പോയാ
വെക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓണാക്കിട്ട് പോയി.